Hello, I'm Karen Egan, and today for our Songwriter of the Month for May 2022, we have with us Ulyana Machneva. It's great to have you here today.
Hello, great to be here today.
Yeah. So we usually like to start by asking our Songwriters of the Month if they came from a musical background or how they kind of got started in music.
Yeah, my family my family is very musical. They are not exact musicians, but they all sing. My grandparents were singing, and I taught many things from them, just singing together. And my mom, she loves music, so actually that's why she got me into it. And so we do have this background, and music is always with our family. So I can say, yes, our family are musical.
That's great. Yeah, so those are some of your earliest memories then, those
Yes.
musical memories.
Yes.
Great. But you also started playing guitar fairly young as well, right? How old were you when you started playing?
I was 6, and my parents got me into the music school. It was, I don't say a tradition, but it was a usual thing because everybody had like some artistic background. And I got the guitar. Mom loved the guitar. She always wanted to play, so she got me into playing guitar, and she would never regret of it. So I think it was 6, and it was a good age to start because you start to understand. You can listen to the teacher. You can understand things doing. So that's how I started.
That's great. And you mentioned a teacher that was a big influence or a big help to you when you started,
Yes,
right?
my first teacher, Natalia Nikolaevna Dzuba, she still there in Kharkov, and she was a really good teacher. She was patient and loved the music. She actually taught me how to love music, and she got me into the musical background. She taught me many things I know right now, and the lessons with her was fun. She teaches me, she shows me some stuff, and it was fun. So I do remember my lessons with her, and I remember her almost every day just because I very, very grateful to her to teach her.
That's great. That's a great way to get started, so young especially. And how old were you, or when did you start writing your own music, composing your own music?
I think it was like a parallel when I was studying in the school. But I remember when I was 10, there was all Ukrainian composition competition. It was kind of new stuff. They didn't have such things before. And I applied with my piece, and it won the prize, diploma prize. Wow. Yes, and I remember performing this piece on the festival, on the winners of the festival. So I think I was 10 when then it was. And after that, I kind of didn't I didn't share like, okay, I'm playing guitar or I'm composing. It all come all together. The whole life, it comes together to me.
Yeah, that's great. What kind of music did you listen to or were you influenced by, or any specific guitarists that you enjoyed listening to or pieces you liked?
Well, sure, of course. Well, when I started, the guitar school was still in development. So there was like a basics, some composer that wrote the basic for the guitar. Sure, used the classical composers like Karuli, Giuliani, who was like very, very basic. Everybody has me. And some of the Russian, Ukrainian school of also like making the folk song, playing on guitar, something like that. So I was inspired by many things. I do like playing classics because they are almost up to date. You play classic and it sounds, I teach my students right now and say, hey, it's modern. No, it's not modern. It's very, very classical. It was written in 18th century. And of course, there were a couple of composers, modern composers, who were very big influence on me because of their very bright and new music written. It's Leo Brouwer and Nikita Koshkin, they were writing the pieces which were very new, interesting, artistic. So I did play their pieces also later when I could get enough skills. And later I met them in person, and I was so pleased. I was so pleased because they're still very nice people. Very, very nice. So, they were a big influence on my style of music also. So I have a mixture of classical background with modern air training and mixed on my own style of composing.
That's wonderful. Was it music that brought you here to Charleston?
I would say yes. I would say yes. I had wonderful program led by the Professor Mark Rainier, the College of Charleston, the artistic certificate program. Professor Mark is really great musician. We had wonderful lessons. It was all field of music, technical stuff. So I enjoyed it very, very much, and I'm very pleased and grateful for that. I had his lessons, So yes, but then I kind of mixed up. And I had my own students at the Charleston Academy of Music, and so I do like the whole atmosphere at the Charleston. Open mics, people meeting all together, they're teaching in school, so it's very nice over here for me as a musician.
Yeah. So you compose, you teach, you play. You also paint and do physical art as well, which
Yes.
we'll show some of those. When did you start doing that?
It all mixed together. I can't even say when, because sometimes I'm going myself and catching myself like, oh, I have this idea. I have to do this. Like I have to paint this. I have to I have this idea. Wait a second, I need to do this. So it's all mixed up. So when I have time, I get to the painting. When I have time, I will get composed. When I have time, I will do something like that. So my mind always composing in sounds or in a picture or in painting. So it's all mixed up, and it brings a lot of pleasure to do that, because for an artistic person it's very important to be excited.
And that's a great way to do it, is to have different outlets for it.
Oh yes.
And you've had some you're showing us some very wonderful projects that you've gotten to do here in the Charleston area. Would you like to talk about any of those or any you have coming up?
Yes, I always have something in my head that I wanted to do, and especially in Charleston, because the city itself is so unique, so it's inspiring just being in it. I stroll through Charleston and say, oh, look at this beauty. It's a music. It's not a street, it's a music. So I sometimes come home and say, oh, I have to write this. It came after my walk. I have to write this down. It will be a piece. Or I took a photo, I said, oh, how beautiful, let me make a paint out of it. So it's all mixed up, and Charleston is so inspiring in this, and so I do love it. I do love it.
That's wonderful. Do you have a particular favorite piece you've composed or anything like that you'd like to talk about?
Well, when I composed, they're all my favorite, because I put a part of myself in it, and I try to put that part of myself on there, so somebody else will enjoy that music or play it somewhere. So I didn't say that I have a very favorite one, but so I do share my music for everyone who'd like to enjoy it, who can catch the mood, who can be inspired out of it, maybe play it somewhere, maybe teach it somewhere. I'm getting very glad if it happens.
It's been great to have you here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
MUFIC sets you free.